Hey guys, welcome to a transactions video for week 4 of the ASL. So I know this is very late. It's obviously a week later, but I recorded for Malone and his computer is broken or something like that. So he's not going to be able to upload it. But good news, I have a computer, so I'll be able to upload by myself now, which is wonderful. And I'm not going to have a crappy, slow as hell computer. So first transaction was done by the Phoenix Flygon. Keister dropped Seismitoad and he picked up Golurk. Now, I really like Golurk and how it fits on his team. So Salamece was his ground type, picks up another one, so he retained that electric immunity. And he picks up a ghost type, which he didn't have. So Ghost obviously gives him the 2 immunities, normal and fighting. And he's got a 3rd Stealth Rock user to replace Seismitoad. Obviously, he can run this as a bulkier Rocks user, and that opens up Mesprit and Druddigon to be more offensively based. Personally, offensive Druddigon hits like a monster with sheer force, and Mesprit can run stuff like Healing Wish, U-Turn, Thunder Wave, Calm Mind. I guess it has a bunch of cover move too, like Psychic, Grass Knot, Dazzling Gleam. So that really opens the door for those 2 mons. As to the sets that Golurk would run normally, obviously Stealth Rocks, because otherwise I don't really see a reason to use it other than like an offensive set. But Stealth Rock and like a soft check. What I mean by that is you can run like a berry, let's say Pasho, Yachi, Colbur probably, and catch a mon off guard and revenge kill it because it has such good elemental coverage. Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Shadow Punch, and even Drain Punch. They all get boosted. And look at how much, look at all these coverage moves. Like, you can even run Nightshade, that could be cool. But yeah, Superpower, Thunder Punch, like Zen Headbutt, all those coverage moves. You're probably only going to use the punches though. Or you can run No Guard if you want to be fun and run Dynamic Punch. I wouldn't personally, but that's an option. So yeah, it's just this is just an all-around good pickup for a tier 2 mon. It gets Fly too, so that's something that I want to point out. Like, I find that hilarious. Anyways, move on to the next transaction. All right, so next transaction we'll be talking about is Primarina. I think I changed the resolution a bit. Hopefully it's better. Anyways, so this was done by Malone, the same with Swablues. So he drops Empoleon for Primarina, and this goes in conjunction with the second transaction, so I think I might talk about them at the same time. So the second one was Togetic in tier 2 for Hitmonlee, a great mon in its own right. So what he did is he dropped 2 hazard removals. Empoleon can also get up rocks. For Hitmonlee as another hazard removal back, not very reliable. So 2 very reliable hazard removals. For 1, not so much. So Primarina, if you're gonna run it, I think we all know what it's going to do. It's going to click a move and something's going to die. It has very good coverage with Hidden Power. Like, Hidden Power is just good enough for coverage on its own. Obviously, you're going to figure out in team matchup what you're going to do. It has an Energy Ball. You can run Electric, Fighting, Fire, any of those, really. Psychic, Beam, Shadow Ball. With a Spec set, you can probably run Toxic if you're facing... No, I don't think so, actually, because Energy Ball should just... The coverage move should just cover anything it needs to. It's got a good bulk. Speed tier is like whatever. You can run enough speed to outspeed your opponent's walls. So it's a good mon. I just don't like how he dropped Empoleon for it. Because Empoleon, in my opinion, was one of the best mons that he had on his team. It fit his team so well. It gave him a fairy check. His fairy check now is Drapion. Like, you know what I mean? So he picks up Hitmonlee. That's another fairy week. Although you're not going to really switch into anything. Actually, I really like this mon. Really, really like it. My favorite set is the Unburdened set with a berry. Usually it is a Lychee with Endure. Usually be something like Endure, Knockoff, and then like, I don't know, Mock. You don't have to run Mock. You can run Earthquake. You can run, I don't know, Blaze Kick, I guess. Yeah, like one of these. Because what it does is you Endure, you pop the Lychee Berry, get +1 attack, and then you Unburden, get +2 speed, so you outspeed everything, and then you just click High Jump Kick or Knockoff and something dies. Like, everything dies. It's a late game sweeper. Alternatively, he could run Scarf, because Scarf allows him to run Reckless with High Jump Kick, which is just going to take kills. Speed tier is pretty poor, to be honest, for a mon of this offensive potential. But it's good enough that it will work, so it's 450. Outspeeds any unscarf mon, basically, in League. And then you can run Rapid Spin as a secondary hazard removal, because his other hazard removal is Hydreigon, which, if you're using that as hazard removal mon, then you're using it wrong. You'd probably run Mock because priority with Choice Scarf is really nice. So yeah, those are 2 Mons. As to how I feel about his transactions, I don't like the Primarina pickup, even though it's a great Mon. I really like the Hitmonlee pickup, though. Togetic is too passive, in my opinion. It's like Golbat, Toxapex. Like, those Mons, I hate passive Mons in League. They're set up for Rotom Wash, Chansey, those Mons, just in general. So that was a good pickup. He's going to need a Fairy Resist. He doesn't have a free agent pickup. Like, he doesn't have any left, but he needs to pick one up by trade. Like, if he wants to have a outside shot of making the playoffs, he needs to pick up a Fairy Resist. So yep, that's Malone, and we'll move on to the next transaction. So the next transaction is done by Rocker. He also made another transaction later on this week in a trade. We'll get to that separately because I want to talk about that trade in depth by itself. So he picks up Lycanroc-Day and he drops Togedemaru. I don't think anyone's going to argue with me on the fact that this is a pretty good transaction just because he dropped Togedemaru. I'm not going to defend Togedemaru at all. It's just terrible. Lycanroc, on the other hand, has some utility. It is the only Mon with a rock priority move. And it's stab with, like, it's 115 base attack. Very good. Here's a set I was rocking in early Sun and Moon meta. It's a lead rock set. I wouldn't run any leads in League, but, like, replace the Sash, let's say, with a Life Orb, something like that. That could work. It's Sandrush. You shouldn't use it as a Sandrush user, because, like, I wouldn't. Setfest is nice because you can switch it on Fake Out, or, like, Mons can't fake you out. Generally, it's kind of a useless ability, though, to be honest. It's not going to define the Mon. It is a rocker, for rocker, haha. It has Taunt, Excel Rock. We said that it has SD and it has access to all the Fangs and Crunch, Bulk Up as well. So, and Sucker, which is another form priority. Although Excel Rock actually does it less, it does get the coverage. So a lot of sets, if you want to run a sweeper, just run SD, Lum, or Life Orb. Probably Life Orb. And then Excel Rock or Sucker, based on what you need. Probably Excel Rock because it's reliable. And then you let Stone Edge, obviously. Its speed here is amazing. And then, like, probably Fire Fang for coverage. You can run anything. I guess Ice Fang, too. No, it doesn't. What? Okay, that's weird. Fire Fang, if you're facing that Mega Scizor or something like that. Probably catch it on the switch in. It's frail, though. It's dying to Bullet Punch. But, yeah. What else does it get? I haven't played this Mon at all. I'm just going to be honest with you. Yeah. Oh, Brick Break, that's pretty cool. Crunch. So yeah, it has good coverage moves. It got SD, it's got Bulk Up. Don't run Bulk Up. And its speed tier is very good. So that's all I got for this tier 2 Mon. It's gonna be one of those Mons that you have to prep for. Doesn't matter if it's in tier 2, it doesn't matter if it's in NU right now. You gotta prep for it. So yeah, with that being said, let's move on to the final free agent pickup of the week right now. So now we move into arguably the best pickup of the week, and arguably the best Mon that was still available in Tier 2 outside of Espeon. So how Slowking slips all the way to NU in ladder is beyond me. How it didn't get picked up in Tier 2, another question altogether. But Susie and the Udok Hoots, they capitalized on this weird draft and pick up, like, one of the best bulky waters and psychic types just in the game. It does too much. It just does too much, okay, for this to be a tier 2 Mon that was left in free agency. With Regenerator, this already becomes a great Mon because Regenerating Mons are so good. Tangrowth, Toxapex less so. Toxapex is passive. Like, what are the Regenerating Mons? Tornadus, Audino. Even Audino, like Audino's good. I picked it up because it's got a Regenerator. Like this is like, I can't even believe it took until week 5 to pick this thing up. He needed a bulky water too. So right, you can run a lot of sets. So you can run Calm Mind. That could be a Colbur Berry on leftovers, by the way, or any berry to be honest with you. So Calm Mind, Scald again. Scald, like, come on, you're clicking Scald and you're getting a kill. Psyshock, so you can set up on. Well, actually, you don't need Psyshock. A team preview, and then Slack off. That's the bulky set. You can just run like max defense. You can run Specs. And because it gets like Fire Blast and Ice Beam, among other things. You can run Nasty Plot. It's another option. No, wait. Yeah, it gets Nasty Plot. You can run Nasty Plot. You can run Assault Vest with Regenerator, you can run Dragon Tail on the Regenerator set. Jeez, what else does it get? There's so much stuff that we don't even tap it. Yeah, it gets screens. We don't even tap into on the ladder. It gets T-Wave, yeah. Specs with Trick is gonna be great. Like this, might be the best transaction of this season so far. Like I don't even think I need to talk about. I think we all know why this thing is so good. Trick Room. That's probably not gonna be run, but Trick Room's another option. It gets Nasty Claw, right? I didn't. Yeah, okay. I already checked that. I don't know why. Let's just see anything else that it can run. Yeah, I mean, like this is such a it's Belly Drum. I think it's Hypnosis too. I might be wrong about that. No, okay, I'm wrong. So yeah, I think we've mulled around this Pokemon enough. It's a fantastic mon for Suzy. So now I think we could talk about the final transaction, which was the first trade of the year. Let's hop into it. All right, so the trade was between the BC Barrels trading Salamence to the Florida Floatzels for Nihilego. Now, this is one of those trades that benefits both teams. Like, there is no clear winner right away. Because I gave up, because I can talk about Salamence, is obviously on my team. I gave up one of the steals of the draft for Nihilego, which is arguably one of the best, just best mons, because it does so much as an offensive mon that can take special hits with Stealth Rocks, Toxic Spikes, a plethora of coverage moves, a great Z-move user as well. So the reason why, I guess I'll talk about why I traded Salamence, because I picked it up because when you see Salamence 5th round, you're taking Salamence, you don't question it. But then when I looked at my team, I realized, like tier 1, Salamence, Landorus, Tangrowth, Mega Arrow. Like, Ice Shard just cleans. Like, I have Keldeo, that's a soft check, I guess, at best. But regardless if I had checks or not, I don't want 4 of my threats to be weak to ice. Basically, I can't run more than 2, which really hindered. Like I didn't play Landorus until week 4, I don't think, or week 3 or something. Like even though Landorus should be used on basically every team for me in my first pick. So I felt I need to trade Salamence, but then I made the mistake of making it my Z-move user. Not really a mistake, but this hindered the trading process. Because I would have picked up Tapu Koko right away if I could use Tapu Koko. If I could use, like, let's say, Landorus as my Z-move, or Volcarona as my Z-move user, and have Tapu Koko run, like, Life Orb Magnet. Because this hinders me, because I had to pick it up for a Z-move user. So I looked around, and the best option available was Nihilego. I made the offer to Rocker, he debated it for a few days, and he accepted it. So how Nihilego fits on my team? I do have a rock type in Mega Arrow. I probably won't be bringing both. So there you go. But even if I do bring both, I can just swap out one of the rock type coverage for a different move because the 2 of them have such good coverage moves. Scarf and Specs are really good. It is my Z captain. I am intending to bring Hoopa and Nihilego to many matches together to bluff a Z move on one or the other. Because this Z move can just late game sweep, but it could also be Scarf late game sweep. It could Specs just knock you out. Same with Hoopa. So yeah, Beast Boost is such a good ability in conjunction with its enormous special attack. Its speed is whatever. I mean, like, it's faster than 328. Obviously, it's like 330 something. It's weird. Basically, that speed's like the 100, which is like all the important mons. But it's not that fast. But a Scarf set will pretty much outspeed anything. Z-move has so much coverage of Z-moves, like Gigavolt Havoc, obviously the 2 Stab, and also Z Bloom Doom with Grass Knot. So definitely a good mon. On Rocker's part, he gets Salamence, which is one of the best Z-move sweepers in the entire game. Intimidate and Moxie. And he can be really run, to be honest with you. Z-Fly, Z Devastating Drake. It can run Defog with Intimidate with Roost, Draco Meteor. It has so much going for it. And he doesn't have a weakness to Ice. So yeah, that's how I feel about Nihilego and giving up one of the best mons in the meta of Draft League in Salamence. I feel my team got better. I feel his team got better. I feel this is a win-win for both of us moving forward. And yeah, I haven't brought Nihilego to a match yet. Looking forward when I can. So yeah, that will wrap it up for all the transactions of Week 4. There haven't been any in Week 5, and Week 5 is actually over. So I just checked that. So this is basically Week 4 and 5. Think of it that way. Week 6 is coming. Week 6 and 7 should be when the final few like really big transaction come, and then you're going to see some small. Just use those free agent pickups if you can to see what can fill on your team. So yeah, I do have a computer now, so I'm hoping I can bring you guys more content. It is pretty fun talking about the ASL. It's a very competitive league. Like there are some really good players in this league. Definitely, I have a lot of fun doing this. So yeah, that is the video for week 4 and 5, I guess. So I will have a video on week 6 if there's more than like 2 transactions. I'll just talk about them in depth. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next week.